gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They can't take it to 10. Hey. It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king, not a pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the world is my home and there's so many milks. Bird in my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it snow. I'm sturdy as hell as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like Nicky know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone dogs. I'm not a guard. Go hawk with a squad. I'm playing my part, but them LeBron. Rings to the team. I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to do well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
What down? You ready? Come to my work. You're mine.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". He's checking.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Looking long for Westbrook. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Taken in at the 22. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that's complete to Gates. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, Hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. From the gun, it's Ryan. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's third down.
Teddy, blue 80. Blue 80. 22.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. And able to find Kirk complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Ryan. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Zadarius Smith leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Third and long, it's Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Elliott on first down, going to get about 3 before he's taken down. A gain of 3, second down. Now this matchup, an important one for week 1, an NFC East bout right off the bat. These two teams have met twice a year since 1936. 168 meetings overall, and the Redskins lead the series, but the Eagles, they have won 4 straight against these Washington Redskins. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Check. Watch twins.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That one, 28 yards on the ground. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
and they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside, but it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
And he completes it to Westbrook. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 13-yard line.
Down. 280.
Mike is 59. Mike's at 59.
Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
Who's right, Chief?
Joker. Right, twist.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr, and he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Cameron Jordan just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
Here we go. Mike 55. It's just me and you. Shit. Watch this.
Shotgun now for Carr. And this is going to be intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Check. Hey, 7.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Zadarius Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good gain, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
And it's 3rd down.
59, ready. Shot 25. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. A good pickup there of 22.
And a key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3 and out. Running on 1st down, Eckler. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 17 yards that time and a Washington 1st.
It's a gain of 17.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41.
Let's go, check.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. And he's got his man on the out route. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. From 21 yards away, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr, and his throw here's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded just inside the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
35's the mic. I'm here. Let's go.
from the 35 on second down. Ryan. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Ryan now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Ryan. Gates with a grab. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Ryan. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. O.J. Howard as the first half is winding down. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And, oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come on now. Take 4. Right on 1. Here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now on 2nd and 13. Ryan, that's caught by Howard. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. O.J. Howard, 76 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
At their own 29-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Carr going to throw. His throw incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Cut. 25, check 25. Kill. Turn up.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
59, Mike, 59. Hey, Delta. 59.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
From the gun, it's Carr. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it. From 55 yards away, that was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Under 10.
Another run by Lindsey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. They're going with Lindsey. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 7, Ryan. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now it's Lindsey, and he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Here I come! Here I come! Here I come! Tight dog! Tight dog! Tight dog! 51! South!
On 2nd down, Eckler. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. It's Eckler again. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
To throw, it's Carr. He completes it to Henry. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 20-yard line. Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Carr. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Carr going to go on 4th down. They'll let this go for the end zone. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Throwing on 3rd and long. Ryan. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And he finds Howard complete. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Trevor Williams with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Here's Carr to throw. He's going to go deep for Funchess, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
Tackles. Check, 55 to mine. Check, 55 to mine.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's going to go down again. Larry Ogunjobi picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And twice in a row, the quarterback goes down. This offense needs 2 scores, not giving up 2 sacks.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory.
Ready, we're ready. Back 25. Here we go. Man left, man left. Hey, we got 3 down.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And an alley to run. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 2nd down now. It's Lindsey, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So a victory here for the Washington Redskins. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is Week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, but now I'm listening to you. So for the Redskins, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be no day. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left touchdown. Sit back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel got a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in two. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left. Touchdown. Touchdown. 8th floor. Come down. Hotel. Lobby. Receptionist. What now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest. No recess on my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables. Now half the meals got tentacles. Half the errands need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it. That's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. They thinking they just